Well, hello. Randy D. Rocks here. About 1 o'clock in the morning. I told you I'd talk to you, visit with you. I just landed here in DFW Airport, Terminal E, taking a minute to talk with you, like I promised. I got a lot of good information. I'm going to post a link to a doctor, a MD, was addicted to opiates, and he opens up about it, talks about it, and it's a very good video. So I'm going to link that. Something that I liked that he talked about was he said that there's three ways what happens when an individual is addicted to opiates. Number one, when they're going through withdrawal, number one is they go back to opiates. In other words, they continue taking the opiates. Or number two is time. Time, like I always talk about, that's what the Kratom does. It gives time. To allow the individual to, use herbal, holistics, and basically self-heal. Maybe they don't have insurance. Maybe they lost their job, whatever. But and he said the third one, of course, is death. So that's the three ways outcomes of how a person can what they'll do when they're on the opiates. And the second one, which was time, I resonated with that because I said, hey, that's what I always have been saying: time. And that's what the Kratom does. The Kratom with the THC gives you time. And I have another video from a veteran that I'm going to link. And he's talking about how a lot of vets are going through issues with PTSD, depression, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, and some numbers that he come up with. You're going to see. That's why I'm posting, pinning his link to his website and his YouTube channel and his video so you can watch it. Some very interesting numbers. He's saying that for veterans, for the female veterans, 28.7 per 100,000 committing suicide. And then for the males, it's 32 per 100,000. That's incredible. A lot of that is because of depression. He talks about him going through chronic pain and depression. And it seems like that is a common reason why a lot of folks are, a lot of those folks out there that they commit suicide is because they get into that depression and it's so deep and it's so dark. And then if they have opiate addiction to go with that, it seems like it's bottomless. And that's why I work so much. I put all my time and energy into this channel to reach out to veterans, among others, to help because, they served our country. They basically put their life on the line. They went out and served. Now they come home and, they're just trying to live life. They're good people. I refer back to like Will, who has chronic pain after serving, a couple of tours. And, these folks are hurting inside. And, that's why it's important that we spread the word, like, for example, about Kratom and CBD, because it's a holistic way for them to help themselves. And that's what this channel is for. And a lot of times they have nowhere to turn. And then, they decide, hey, they're going to just end it all. And that's what they do. They take drastic steps, whereas if they had some time, as we talk about, and as the good doctor talks about, then it would, over time, the symptoms will get less and less and less, and then finally they'll go away. And but at first, when they first attempt to get off the opiates, it's going to be very serious. They're going to go through so many different emotions. They're going to go through so much different physical, basically symptoms of the withdrawal. And, they're going to have the sweats. They're going to be freezing. They're going to be hot. They're going to be cramping. A lot of folks say it's very similar to the flu. and they're going to be going through that. So what the Kratom does, and why we're so pro Kratom on this channel, is it allows them to have another pathway that they don't have to wait 12 months or more for, to get in a rehab, and they don't have to go cold turkey. Just like with his doctor, I mean, he didn't plan on getting on the drugs. It just happened, and that's why he talks about it. And so, there's a lot of veterans out there that's hurting right now, and that's why I'm going to title this, Kratom and Veterans, or Veterans and Kratom. That is the question, and that is the question. Some veterans, they're familiar with the Kratom. Some veterans, they've never heard of it. And I think that it's good for us to spread the word, because when they've heard about it, then they have a different direction to go instead of basically contemplating suicide. All right, because that's not going to help them, and it's not going to help their family. But, we always talk on this channel about that deep, dark depression. It's just a natural symptom of opiate withdrawal. So, you have any family or friends or coworkers, anyone that you think may be on the opiates, hey, it could be a doctor friend, just like this doctor I'm going to post. It could be a doctor friend. Or it could be like this morning, the video I posted, it was a state trooper got on the opiates. And that's what I've always been saying. It is not a respecter of persons. There's a lot of people out here that's addicted to opiates. And as the market continues to grow and grow and grow, there's going to be more people that's going to become addicted. And that's the way it works. And, he also talked about how, you have the students, like high school students, and how easy it is for them. They go out here and they first start with some marijuana, for example, just like I said. And then after a couple of months, they move on up to something else. And that could be, any kind of opiate out there, and other types of medication. Well, we already talked about that. And so that's what he's got a lot of good information. That's why I'm going to pin his video. Watch that, and just take your time with it. But it answers a lot of questions, and that's what we do. We work together to spread this word, because it's so important. Every veteran that we can save, that's a good deed, good karma. And they had to go out and do some things, and then they come back, and it causes them a lot of distress, because they think about it, and that's what the medication, the pharmaceuticals on, is try to keep them from remembering. But it doesn't always work that way. So, that's why I have this channel, Kratom 911, because it allows them to get their life back. Get their life back. And I think you'll agree that's a good deed. It's a good deed. And, with the veterans, a lot of times they go out here, they're working, and, they're living life, and then they reach out to get some medication, and they're turned down. And again, that's where Kratom can come in. They could drink, some Kratom in a tea. They could eat it from the spoon if they so desire. That's their choice. But I'm saying they should have a choice. And this channel's position is to broadcast out to every breathing person on this earth, to reach out to them and let them know, hey, if they're have an opiate addiction, we got a tree here that has some leaves. We can mix it and with some water, and they can basically work on getting withdrawal, get the withdrawal symptoms gone. But when you watch this doctor, you're going to see, and then they have another one. I'm going to see if I can post it on there. A gentleman that, he didn't plan on getting on opiates. It just happened that way. And it's so easy and so subtle. Just like the doctor said, he got a whole script of these painkillers, and he put them up. He didn't take them at first, because all the horror stories he'd heard. But eventually, guess what happened? Yeah, he took it. And then that started his downward spiral, and there was no way for him to pull out of it. He just stayed with it. That's all he could do, just stay with it. And, I'm going to post that video. I think you really, really enjoy it. It's very important for my veterans and my non-veterans. but I'll do it half and half so that everybody feels, like, hey, Kratom 911 is politically correct. They take care of business. You know what I'm saying? And so we're definitely going to pass on all the information to you that we find, that we run across our desks. Going to do a meet and greet tomorrow, and I'm going to try to go get some rest tonight because it was a long flight. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the GoFundMe donations. Thank you for the Twitter and the Instagram. We really appreciate it. And you see, when you have opportunity to help people, it's always good. It's always good. And you find value in this video and all the videos we do, hey, give a thumbs up, and then please subscribe. That helps us to build this channel, to reach out to other people. And until next time, this is your best friend in the world, Randy D. Rock, saying peace out.
Off we go, kitty. Kitty. Alright, that's good. Thank you.